Hello, how are you doing? Barnabas here. I hope you're doing well. If there was equal opportunities in all the nations, no one would love to leave their families and go and settle in another nation. And when people move to the diaspora to settle there, there's one thing that faces them, and that's loneliness. In this episode today, I would like to speak about loneliness for people who have moved away from their countries and settled in the diaspora. And I will also suggest some of the things that people do. I will talk about some of the things that I have done and some of the things that people have done to be able to solve this problem. The other day, I was speaking to a young man, an Australian, and I was asking him, have you ever thought of leaving Australia and going to settle somewhere outside this nation? And he said, that's something that I can never do. And I agree with him, because what makes one leave their country, leave their family, is to go and look for opportunities that they couldn't find in their nation. And so people have left, and I have left my family back at home and moved here in Australia. And despite the good things that are in Australia, one of the problems that people face when they move here is loneliness. You know, you're so used to having your family, your siblings around all the time. You see them every day. You see your parents every day. And then you come to this place and you're all alone. Despite the good opportunities, the good life that people could find in this place, one thing is sure, that there is lots of families here in this nation who are living a lonely life. You know, in this nation, people are very individualistic. You don't just rock into your neighbor and say hi. You don't just walk into a place and, try to socialize freely with people. Unlike the nations that we've come from, you don't just walk to your neighbor. You don't just walk to a friend. You don't just, without plan, meet friends and just socialize. It has to be very, very planned. And that makes everyone to feel lonely. If you cannot join the team, if you cannot join the community at will, and if you cannot make friends easily, then it makes it really difficult to be with people. You're used to celebrating your birthdays with family, and all of a sudden when you come here, it's birthday and you have no one to celebrate with. You have no friends. Back at home, we go to church and every Sunday, and you take a long time just after the service to meet friends, to fellowship, and you go visiting friends and families on Sunday afternoons. And then when you come here on Sunday, you have a 1-hour service, and that's it. You go back home to your room. And sometimes things have happened here that many people have come with their families, and because of one thing or another, they lose those families to death, to separation and divorce. And that becomes even worse, that you can leave your big family back home. You come here with your nuclear family, and even that which is so precious to you, you end up losing it. And that becomes so difficult. Today, I want to give you some of the things that I have done and other people have done to be able to solve this problem. The first thing is make your friends very close. Make them part of your family. When you leave your extended families back home, you come here, the best thing to do is to look for good friends, good family friends, make them very close to you. Attend every function they have. And so there are friends who have become part of us. We meet like every fortnight, we cook food and eat together, we fellowship, our kids play together, and they have become part of us. The best thing to do when you've left families back home is make some friends here, become part of your family. That's the only thing. That's the only way. The second thing is get involved in the community. There are so many activities that you could get involved in and make friends out there. You can join a sports club. You can go and volunteer in some things. You can go and meet there are some communities here that, they just play in the evening. We play soccer. For example, myself, I play soccer, once in a while with just a community. They go out there and they just play soccer. Make friends. Go out there and spend some time out there in the community. If you can spare 1 hour out of the busy schedule in your week, please go out there and meet people out there. It will really help you. The third thing is get involved in community activities. Some of you know you've been advised when you come here, choose your friends, don't involve yourself too much in the communities. But I think I differ with that, because your community is your sense of belonging. In your community, if you come from a country and they have a community here, get involved. There are some meetings that we have every fortnight, for example, that we look forward to, our kids look forward to, because they go meet their friends, they play, we eat our homemade food, and we get to be part of a community that looks after us. Okay, so get involved in the community. Don't be lied to that you need to be careful, and you need to be, of course there are some friends that will lead you astray, and you wouldn't need a rocket science to be able to figure that out. But communities that are positive, that are championing some ideas, some good things, please be part of it and get yourself involved. Number 4 is, if you can manage, please visit back to your country regularly. Fly back and see your family regularly. If you can do every year, if you have the kind of money, please do it. It's very important, so that you always look forward to go back there and see your family, see your parents. It's really, really very important. So go back to holidays and see your family, as frequent as you can afford. It's not enough, phone calls and video calls are not enough. So if you can, please go back and visit and, stay with them for a couple of weeks and then come back. It's very important. The 5th thing to do is, if you're able to help your family to come, either to come as students or as permanent residents, whatever you are able to do, if it is in your ability, please do it. I've seen families here who have, their brothers, their sisters here, and whenever they have a function, they're like, everyone is around, their family, their siblings, and their children are around, and so their children have cousins and everything. They have a small family or a small extended family here because they have brought their siblings. It's very important. If you're able to do that, please bring your families here to also be able to be part of you when you're here. When they get married and they have family, they have children, your children will have cousins and they will grow together, and it's very important. For example, if you live in the same area, if you want to leave your kids with them, with your family, and you're going somewhere, it will be very easy. You just drop your kids to your brother or your sister, and off you go and do something. I've seen some people do that, and it's very, very helpful. And last but not least, and I know this many might disagree, but I believe it could be the last resort to solving this. If you're really feeling that this is not the place that you want to be, if diaspora is not for you, you can always go back to your country. Okay, don't feel like you've not made it. You went out with lots of expectation to be able to achieve things and do life in the diaspora, and you were not able to do it, and now you think you cannot make it back to your home. Please do. If it's the best thing for you, you can go back there and still make it. It's not a must, okay? You'd rather not perish here. Please don't come here and you feel it is too much and you still stay here because you're afraid of going back home. Please go back home. If you must, please go back home, because those are your parents, those are your siblings. They will take care of you. They will, whatever happens, you are amidst your people. Okay, they will take care of you. All right, it is okay to still go back. Right, if you've moved to the diaspora and you're feeling lonely, please reach out to people who can help you. And if you want to share your experience with that, please tell us, how did you manage loneliness in the diaspora? How did you overcome it? How did you solve it? We would like to know so that we can help somebody else. All right? But please reach out to somebody. If you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling depressed, please reach out to somebody. There is always someone who is ready to listen to you, and there must be a solution somewhere for you. That's all I had for you today. Till next time, my name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye and God bless you.